We don't get this Black history anywhere else. And so we have to make sure that when we're learning it, that's what changed the way I looked at things. That's what made me dive into it more. I'm the person that I buck the system just about every chance I get. And it's because I'm learning more and more what my ancestors in Greenwood did, what my grandmother did. She told me all the good stories about her life, but then I also get to see, how many times my grandma fought and she thought she lost, but she kept fighting and she kept fighting and then she won. And I get to see these things. So every time I feel like, okay, that mountain's too high to climb, that mountain's too high to climb, I get to do it, and I get to, kind of tap into that history and my own DNA and knowing that I've got stories from all of these people. I've got a template from all of these people with less resources, uh, less technology, and less examples of it happening. I'll say this: I don't have any. I don't have very many firsts in my family. Like, oh, first to go to college, first to build a house, first to. I come from a lineage of people who they did a lot of those firsts for me, but it's just as important for me to be the next one as it would be for me to be the first one. You can't just have that first time and then call it a day. Uh, Robin asked about the connection between Tuskegee community and then Greenwood. Well, Tuskegee, the difference, there was a connection though. Booker T. Washington, of course, ended up in Tuskegee. He's also the person who named Greenwood Black Wall Street. He said that this reminded him of a Negro version of Wall Street. But the part that just a little gem and a nugget for you to take is O.W. Gurley. He was born in Alabama, but he was raised in. He ended up in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and that was actually where Booker T. Washington said that Pine Bluff, Arkansas was supposed to be. It was a Negro's paradise, is what he called it. So that was before he called Black Wall Street Black Wall Street. So for O.W. Gurley to go from a Negro's paradise to the middle of nowhere and build tells you a lot. So these communities, without technology that we have now, without Twitter, Instagram, any of that, O.W. Gurley and Booker T. Washington, J.B. Stratford, who was also from Kentucky, all of these people ended up in the same place. So if you imagine now, we have 437 people on the main link. Like, how could I get 437 people to come to Greenwood in Tulsa, Oklahoma? They figured out how to get over 10,000 people to an area without a Zoom meeting, without a webinar, without any of these things. And so for us to have access to all of this, we got to tap into it and use it. So yeah.
Yes. Well, I love that. And I'm gonna tell you, it's it was an accident that I actually met Cody. My brother who does work in Tulsa, he's working with to raise money to bring some black manufacturers to Tulsa. He mentioned the tour that Cody does, and he said, you got to go on this tour. You got to go on this tour. So I did it because my brother told us about it. And from the very minute I walked into the Black Wall Street Liquid Lounge, I remember saying, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed that that there's so much stuff I didn't know. And what I like also about your depiction of what happened at that time is you really did a great job of really humanizing the individuals that were involved, just really showing respect to their legacies by really bringing them to life and just telling all these amazing stories about things that we were never going to learn in school, and I appreciated you for that 100%. And I personally will say that I think everybody, as a thought experiment,